We are going to study working of DNS. When a resolver has a query about a domain name, it passes the query to a local name server. So this resolver here means a domain name resolver. So when it gets a domain name and it have a query about it, then it passes the query to the local name server. If the domain being sought falls under the jurisdiction of the name server such as flit.cs.vu.nl falling under cs.vu.nl, it returns authoritative resource records. When the domain is remote, such as flit.cs.vu.nl wants to find the IP address of robert.cs.washington.edu at University of Washington. In this case, and if there is no cached information about the domain available locally, the name server begins a remote query. So flits.cs.vu.nl wants the IP address of robert.cs.washington.edu. So first one, what I will do is step 1 shows the query that it is sent to a local name server. So that this flits.cs.vu.nl is given to a local name server, and the query contain the domain name, store the type and the class in. Step 2, the local name server forward the request to root name servers. These name servers have information about each top level domain. So first they look on .edu, that is edu. The root name server is unlikely to know the address of the mission at University of Washington, and probably does not know the name server for University of Washington, but it will be knowing about edu. Okay, but it must know the name server of edu domain in which cs.washington.edu is located. It returns the name and the IP address for that domain. And the step 4 is it sends its entire query of edu name server to the edu name server. Okay, so it gave the query to the edu name server. That name server returns the name server for the University of Washington. This one returns washington.edu. The local name server, the name server returns name server for University of Washington. The local name server sends a query to the University of Washington name server. If the domain name being solved was in the English department, the answer will be found, and UW-SON includes English department, but the computer science department has chosen to run its own name computer server. Look, we need to find robert.cs.washington.edu. So UW name server, so it will get cs.washington.edu, and it will again look into UWCS. Okay, the query returns the name and IP address of UW computer science name server. The local name server queries the UW computer science name server. This server is authoritative for domain cs.washington.edu, so it must have the answer. CS name server returns the final answer. The local name server forward the answer as a response to the flits.cs.vu.nl.